definitely Morph. I don't think he can die. He can just harass, especially once he gets level 3, level 5. He's gonna have higher damage than the Ember Spirit. Let me just check. Adaptive Strike, multiple. Depends how much agi he has, but Flame Guard, he should be able to take it off on level 1. Level 2, it's gonna be really hard, especially if he decides to max it out, have 3 points on level 3. So Ember Spirit will probably try to play aggressive there. Also, Morph can't waveform out of the Searing Chains anymore. So that's a huge buff for Ember Spirit. The one thing that concerns me about OBG as a team, I remember Grimstroke, not Grimstroke, Vanscore playing so well on heroes that need great positioning. Oracle, for example, he always bought those healing salves. Toss back on him, but the downside of Vanskar is sometimes he's just way too. He's playing the position 6. Like, he does not have boots sometimes for 15 minutes. No, he can't dive.
First blood! First blood! From a stone!
I mean, he can dive if Grimstroke misses his Stroke of Faith. It did not connect. Oh my god. Batrider, he's gonna get that Regen Rune after the kill.
I understand your quest, Chaos.
Yeah, they need to try to pull the lane back, but so far they're blocking the side camp whenever they can. So Vanskar knows what's up. Also, Grimstroke as 5. I think this hero kind of fits the 5 profile right now because he got nerfed so much. And you need levels on this hero, that's the thing. They have a lot of kill potential if they can get the combo off. But it's hard because you're playing against Batrider. Slow turn rate on both of these heroes. They're gonna go right now. Stun tossed, only 1 second. But it's hard because you're playing against
Double damage!
slow turn rate on both of these heroes. They're gonna go right now. Stun tossed, only 1 second. Yeah, Milan already has a bottle. Runes are gonna spawn in 25 seconds. Has another back.
Will my labors live on?
Yeah, it's stronger lane, so they are playing it really well. Milan is gonna pick up those 2 bounty runes. Let's see who's gonna pick. So another 3 on side of WINSTRIKE. So far 7 for 1 in terms of runes, which kind of, we can see why 2000 net worth lead for WINSTRIKE. G also, it's stronger lane, so they are playing it.
Killing spree!
Bounty runes. Let's see who's gonna pick. So another 3 on side of WINSTRIKE. So far 7 for 1 in terms of runes, which kind of Well, the thing is, they don't have a hero that can rotate to that lane. Usually, if your hero is having a really bad matchup, you're just trying to swap. But right now, neither Doom does well, nor Morphling. They're gonna pop the Shrine. Also, you have Enigma, who's jungling, so that's a big of a deal because he can't rotate either. Only level 3 so far. The way you play with Enigma as position 4, you get that Helm of the Dominator, and then you start to rotate. Pressure the tower. Most likely you're gonna get it around siege creep timing, and then you try to grab a kill. Your offlaner, since he's getting all the solo XP, he's gonna get that level 6, and that's when the rotation comes from. And if team is experienced enough, they should know about it. Only level 3 so far. The way you play with Enigma as position 4, you get that Helm of the Dominator, and then you start to rotate. Pressure the tower. Most likely you're gonna get it around siege creep timing, and then you try to grab a kill. Your offlaner, since he's getting all the solo XP, sick, bro. Yeah, magic wand, 7 minutes, and it's a tough game for him. And if you look at their whole lineup, all these heroes are really level dependent, and they need so much time. Enigma, Morphling, CK. Like, with the build that CK usually goes for nowadays with Max and Chaos Strike, he wants to farm. He wants to get that Hand of Midas so he can keep farming. But I'm not sure who's gonna make space for this team. Sick, bro. Yeah, Magic Wand, 7 minutes, and it's a tough game for him. And if you look at their whole lineup, all these heroes are really level dependent, and they need so much time. Enigma, Morphling, CK. With the build that CK uses, he wants to farm. He wants to get that Hand of Midas so he can keep farming. But I'm not sure he's gonna make space for this team. Yeah, that was not the greatest math, for sure. He tried to make a turnaround play because they had a lot of stick in a palm charges, but sadly Tiny did not have any mana to work with. He's gonna try to stack some jungle. Also, Nangrata, building all these small cheap items. Raindrop to block some of the damage. Magic Wand, you see Crown going straight into drums to keep the pressure. That was not the greatest math, for sure. He tried to make a turnaround play because they had a lot of stick in a palm charges, but sadly Tiny did not have any mana to work with. He's gonna try to stack some jungle. Yeah, it's hard because Lifestealer harasses him, but the Devour level 3, it's... Oppa, there's the Doom. But do they have enough damage? Illidan realizes that he can't do much on the bottom lane. They might swap things around right now. Doom was popped, and Doom is way tankier than a CK. Also has more region, more movement speed, so he can maybe play the bottom lane right now. Since they yeah. Swap things around right now. Doom was popped, and Doom is way tankier than a CK. Also has more region, more movement speed, so he can maybe play the bottom lane right now. Yeah.
Мы связаны. Снова
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Запомни, твое место здесь.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This is a CIS DOTA that I wanted to see. A lot of mistakes, a lot of overextension. Ember Spirit, he's gonna pick up bounties. Another 4 bounty runes for WINSTRIKE. Well, OBG definitely needs to work on their bounty game. Well, maybe they can pick a bounty hunter, so at least they're gonna get one.
Just check that out. Wonderful. Now you can hear me. Fine. I'm sorry, guys. My mistake. Lacoste, you were
again,
on top of it.
All right. Well, I'm not changing my settings, so everything is fine. Even though
It's on my. It's on
even
me.
though I tend to check them out before the game starts. Now I didn't, but it still works fine. Good guy Lacoste. Always
What a
healthy,
guy.
always positive, always has something nice to say, even though he says a lot of mean stuff, but we forgive him.
Yeah, that's right.
And this is the thing I was talking about. Grimstroke, position 5, van score on it. Has the budget boots only, Windlace.
He does get level 6 here. Are they gonna have Doom back up soon? It's still a little ways away. And G just runs into Milan. Oh god, get out of there, buddy. He does get the Adaptive Strike switchover, but now the turnover gets the silence onto both of them. Adaptive Strike hitting onto both as well, but it's not quite enough damage as of yet. Belhor didn't get the double Malphus, but they will find the Hoof Stomp and see if they can find DNZ. It's only a Jakiro though, and well, they do kill him off. Can they take down any more? DM is there as well. They do have another Hoof Stomp in 10 seconds, but looks like G is just going to need to retreat. Batrider also moving into position, has the drums, can pop it now if he wants to. Has the flame break for the pushback. They'd already killed Illidan up in the top lane, and the Hoof Stomp comes back offline, and they're out now. Or Nangrata chasing, and they just walk into the black hole. Velhor punches them down. Nangrata is eventually going to fall. They just walked into a two-person black hole, but it looks like they will take down Velhor with the DM sleight of fist. And, well, as you said, CIS DOTA.
Yeah, overextension number 2. After number 10, we're gonna stop counting. We didn't talk about Lifestealer Silent. Again, very silent and always delivers, always has a lot of farm, doesn't get the last hit on the tower, but doesn't matter, has a good timing on Head of Midas, 1,000 gold on top of it. So his Radiance timing is gonna be good. The thing is, Morphling can fight if he's fighting around either Ember Spirit or Tiny. He wants to use those spells. The bad thing is, WINSTRIKE does not have good burst damage, so he can always try to morph out. No Blink Dagger on Batrider yet, so they can't really initiate on him and surprise him.
Where's the rest of the team? I mean, Illidan...
Team?
He had DM stunned under tower for forever, and nobody showed up.
Team?
Bizarre. They just kill Vanscore in front of his carry, and there's nothing that Illidan can do about it. That's the type of feeling where it's just like, it feels like everything's kind of in a kerfuffle right now. And WINSTRIKE, kerfuffle. That's the word, man.
All right. It sounds like some American food. I don't know.
I think there is something called a kerfuffle. It probably has a lot of meat on it.
It's probably not edible.
It's probably not. 100 seconds till black hole. I mean, really, you need to get something out of this like Grimstroke ulti with Doom, because otherwise these heroes are just not providing anything to the game.
Scan gonna connect.
Grata's there, has the boots of travel, that movement speed with the drums as well, but they're gonna back out. And sort of getting set up on top, where it looks like Velhorn might not be long for this world. TP on cooldown, 4 seconds away, and that dude is super dead.
Easy execution. Now, Milan took the bottom tower. They gave him space. He's getting closer to a Blink Dagger, 150 gold away. Oh, he might sell Stout Shield and... it's not gonna... Well, sell Stout Shield, go back to base, and he's gonna have it.
Looks like he's pinging out the shrine.
Shrine, yeah.
That. Okay. So, kind of a weird one, though. You're seeing that Illidan is forced into going for this Vlad's build, and it feels like they're sort of promoting the Doom and the Morphling to that, like, position 1 farmish type thing, where really it's just gonna be about G on this Morphling carrying.
He can still scale, but thing about Vlad's is it opens up the Roche for them. So if they grab... they need to grab 2 kills to actually go for a Roche.
Okay. And that so often has been the way that these teams get back into the game, as either the opponent's taking a bad Roche fight or them being able to sneak one. So, another round of bounty runes. Obligol got 1. All right.
Might be 2 if they decide to climb uphill and actually get it. Well, I was just being generous when I said Vanscore is gonna have 15-minute boots.
Yeah.
I mean, it also depends on how many bounties your team picks up. They're not making it easy for him.
It's true. Definitely true. They're trading out towers right now, which is going to help him get some gold at least. But I don't think that this tier 1 alone is going to be enough for the boots. And in fact, with Tiny showing up, are they really trying to fight this? This seems really bold. They scanned and saw that there are people up on the high ground. Illidan is there. Go for the ice path, the macro pyre, Milan, toss back. Illidan might just die in front of all of them, but he gets the jump off, able to pop his ulti and try and run away. DM is on top of him though and does find that kill. G trying to take down one and see if they can get that kill into Milan, but he's able to walk away, and the urn charge and now the bottle heals him back up. Silent turns onto BZZ. They will have Doom back up again in a second if they want, but they've already lost the Grimstroke, so they don't have that combination either. G thankfully dodges the ice path, tries to TP away, but the chains are going to be there, and well, he can morph back over, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough as G eventually falls as well. 8,000 gold. WINSTRIKE just owning.
Gabe, let me tell you a story. It's a simple one. You can't win team fights if you don't use those team fighting ultis. Doom still up. Same goes for Black Hole. Enigma was in a really bad position. Didn't even have mana to pop it. They need to choose their fights more wisely.
Yeah, and well, Enigma stayed down bottom, and they'll find him down bottom where they get the kill. And it just feels like the movement from WINSTRIKE this game is just outclassing Oba Gold. I guess some of it could have been that disastrous laning stage, as they will find Chaos Knight, and Avalanche toss back onto 2. They jump out from the infest. Silent still thinking about chasing here, and Illidan is not long for this world as he is tipped yet again. 1-6-3 feels bad, man.
What's that smell? I can smell tilt. Yeah, they really seem tilted. A lot of these movements are unnecessary. 10,000 gold lead for WINSTRIKE. They're playing really clean. As you mentioned, Urn of Shadows picked up on Jakiro, which kind of keeps them alive and actually enables this Tiny to go in, survive, and he can reinitiate with the Urn charge. Also, he's putting a lot of pressure on these towers. They're executing their spells nicely in a team fight every single time. You see Ice Path, Macro Pyre, and the new, I'm gonna call it the new Avalanche, which kind of keeps you more in the Macro Pyre duration. So a lot of damage from that.
I mean, that's the thing about the new the new Avalanche, is that if you don't have a BKB, it's actually better than the old Avalanche, because you just can't move or cast spells to do anything during it, unless it has like 0 cast time. So it lasts for a longer period of time than it would have previously, and Milan has been playing this Tiny beautifully. I know you're a big Milan fan. He's staying on top of a ward right now, so is Nangrata.
Yep, justice for Milan. Oh, they're gonna catch another one.
They
Good ulti.
Not bad. The Doom onto 2. Can they fully run them down though? Velhor in the meantime does go down to DM. On the other side of the map, they pull back in. The Batrider get the 1-second stun. They really want these kills. And Batrider's actually just walking away, trying to take off this Phantom's Embrace. He does eventually die to it. That was close though. Other side, Milan gets out.
Good kill, but that's not gonna help them out that much. They need a bigger kill. Lifestealer, 19-minute Radiance, Hand of Midas, Phase Boots, and those items are gonna start to pile up. I think he needs to get a Lincoln Sphere in this game, because that's the only kill threat. Come on, man. Not necessarily as a second item, but as I would love to see it as a third item. Also, Lifestealer kind of lacks some mana regen, so he could get it from it.
I agree. It might be the way to go. The other option, though, I guess, with this medallion that he's going for, is that it's going to allow him to take Roshi's here. As a team, they can do that, but it does seem like he's leaving himself open to getting killed off by a big Doom there. And score dodges away from DM, who is going for a Lincoln Sphere himself, so maybe he's going to throw it on the Lifestealer.
Easy. The thing about the Doom, you need to have a lot of catch. Once you use it, you need to be able to run after them to get the maximum out of that Doom.
I think that Silent had his Radiance off when BZZ walked up to him, and now they turn to fight, maybe. G dives in. The rest of the team is there, though. They get the Rage off, though, so that keeps him alive for the moment. DM seeing what he can do, seeing if he can control G, but it's not going to happen. Silent turns on to Illidan. They get the Phantom's Embrace, but it looks like this is going to be about it, unless DM can continue to chase, and actually does. He takes down Illidan. The Soul Binds onto 2, but there is no follow-up at all.
No Shrine.
They find a kill onto Vanscore. G's still trying to run, switching over in that adaptive form, but cannot escape from the clutches of WINSTRIKE. Well, again, just no mercy.
Are they stopping Milan with the initiation on that Doom?
Oh god, they got him caught yet again. Nangrada's chasing. All right, they're not gonna go for it.
No change.
A little
used.
bit of hesitancy.
Well, maybe we jinxed Valor a little bit in this game. We can also blame the draft, I suppose, because they just lost the early stages. Bottom lane didn't go well. They did not have a good lane for a Batrider. Top lane, it's Doom plus Enigma. Most of the time, that Doom is just gonna be alone. Even though he is a strong laner, their carry is gonna get all the free farm in the world. They're pinging out this Doom with the invisibility on Ember Spirit. Yeah, more than enough.
This just doesn't even feel close. I don't know. I mean, once you get this far ahead, I guess that's sort of what's going to happen naturally. But they've taken over all the map control, and Nova Gold really just don't have heroes that come back that well.
It is hard to execute this kind of a combo, and you're relying on Grimstroke and Doom to win a team fight, because Grimstroke didn't have boots for 17 minutes, so he can't be in a good position. Illidan,
They're just slowly gonna watch him burn. Oh, Ember and Batrider together, rooted in the Firefly. Jeez. How do you rate DM? He's kind of an unknown character for, I think, a lot of people right now in the world. Do you think that this guy is the real deal? How do you feel about him?
well, so far he's been playing good. I need to see more of him, but looks promising for sure.
Yeah.
Newcomers in Dota, we don't have enough new Sumails.
Yeah. You're telling me the DM is the next Sumail? That's what you're telling me here?
Nope. Well, maybe. Well,
I tried to.
sometimes you need to be in a good team so you can perform better.
Oh, the blink away, the walk away, the root. Oh, but Gold, you can sense it. They just want this so badly. But it is not going to happen. Silent, brazenly walking in front of them. That's the thing, they're just so freaking quick, you can't catch up to them. And, well, the black hole, it connects onto one. Where's the follow-up? They need to take him down. G trying to kill off Silent, but he's able to get the walkway. He will eventually fall. This fight's kind of looking okay for Overgold, but then it immediately turns back around, and they do not have the double doom, but they do find the one kill onto the Ember. So things looking not absolutely terrible for Old But Gold, at least in that fight.
I love what Willer did. He realized that he can use that black hole. WINSTRIKE, they're gonna reposition.
Oh god, and now the ice path connecting onto two, but this is all damage over time, and these heroes are really tanky. Spirit Vessel trying to drain the regen coming from BZZ. They're gonna buy back onto one. Nangrada pulls back in that Doom. Another great ice path coming out from DNZ, catching on to absolutely everybody, and rooted to the ground is this Morphling, who's eventually going to be brought down as well, unless, no, he gets a switch over, but the Spirit Vessel again chasing DM, finds his man, roots him down, and gets the kill.
Very clutch plays from DNZ. Couple of good ice bats, Macropire before that, and he's so farmed. He has a Spirit Vessel, mana boots, 23 minutes on position 5 Jakiro. That's insane. And this item cripples both Morphling and Doom. Also CK, he can't lifesteal. He has two abilities that he can lifesteal with, and DM gets another kill on Valor. He had to use a buyback in the previous fight. This opens up the Roche. Lifestealer with the DD. I don't think they can contest it. They have no black hole, no Doom, can't really take a fight.
Really impressive stuff coming out from WINSTRIKE, man. And yeah, you know, that's one of the things I was going to mention earlier, but this game has just been going so fast I couldn't even talk about it. It feels so good as that Jakiro just to like walk into a lane, drop a Macropire, throw out the dual breath, and he actually ended up taking the attack range talent instead of the spell amplification, so he can even hit those liquid fires from further away and get pressure onto the tower without being in that much worry of dying. All a bunch of cool stuff coming from the Jakiro this game. And Nangrada will spot out BZZ and Vanscore. They'll get the silence onto him. And Silent actually in a little bit of trouble. They do not have Doom for 25 more seconds, which means because they use the Soulbind, they won't have double Doom. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, their damage is actually really low. You have Ember Spirit who does not want to hit Roshan like that. Hype it up, Gabe.
They're looking for it, the double remnant forward. They find their mans, and Milan gets the toss back, catches onto both of them. G running for the hills, but they will eventually chase him down. G switching over into Milan, trying to get the toss back to Avalanche, but it's all for naught as everybody dies, and Well,
Pretty
they didn't
short
have
fight,
black
Gabe.
hole.
This fight did not last for that long. At least Valor is gonna pick up 2 bounty runes. Are they gonna even finish that Roche? They need more damage. Life Stealer. Someone needs to pop pop Roshan's Lincoln so he can use the open wounds.
I know. Get over there, buddy. What you doing? DM was in there before. It took him a while. All right, Valhor, now's your time. Make the play. Jump into Roche. They have vision. I mean, they're TPing back in. They're actually taking forever with this Roche. And score, moving into position. Roche still falling. The toss, the throw in 1, the black hole. It catches on to 3, but they already got the Aegis. It's actually 4, and they actually pull Milan out of the black hole, which eventually means they will kill off Milan. They'll take down Jakiro also, but Ember gets out.
I
What
love
in
to
God's
see this.
name?
This is a great combo. Grimstroke showing vision with Stroke of Fate, then he tosses the Centaur in. Enigma with the good black hole. They managed to kill 3. Where's that Aegis? Yeah, DM still has it.
So that was the thing though. So Morphling had to get the vision of the Tiny to morph into him.
Yeah.
Also, that's crazy.
They have a good vision. They have. They could see the entrance to the Roche pit. Pretty chaotic game. A lot of mistakes from both teams. Like if you see a team that has 16k net worth advantage, you don't expect them to actually die that much.
Right. It's true. And I mean, granted, there are only 4 kills in this game, but for Old But Gold, but each of them has been like, I think there's been a bunch of the core kills. How many times has Ember died? Ember's only died once. Okay, and then we did see Silent go down 3 times. What about the Bat Rider? He's died 3 times.
Well, Illidan
So
is
it's
there
mostly
to
been the
actually even those numbers 10 deaths on him.
That's fair. Hence the lead.
Tiny
He's
with
going for Sanj.
sick. I mean, he could grab Heaven's Halberd, but I don't think that's gonna be extremely effective, even though I'm a big fan of that item when you're playing against heroes who rely on dealing physical damage by just right-clicking. But the thing about Lifestealer is he has magical damage. Illidan.
Yeah. We all knew it was coming. TP out, not gonna happen. Well, that is a 17,000 gold lead, and it looks like WINSTRIKE now feeling comfortable. Marching on up to high ground. Ooh, missed the ice path there. Black hole off cooldown 50 seconds if they can wait it out. Seems like it'd be pretty tough to do though.
Yeah, ideally you would want to have Aegis on a Lifestealer so he can siege freely. Now they have double Doom.
Not bad. The chase forward, double Malefice as well. Gee, they're the double adaptive strike, double trouble. Can they kill them all up? It looks like they will, at least onto 1. And now running down this Lifestealer as well. Can't find the deny there. And DM left completely alone, but is just going to be able to get the remnant out. Tries to walk away. The slowdown comes. Catch on to Nangrata. Find the catch as well there as the ice path off the mark as they went the reality rift, pulling them back out of position. Now seeing if they can run down DNZ. Oh, but Gold making it work. Can they break the TP? No. But still, they hold high ground, burn through the Aegis. Not bad.
They're gonna deward this ward, which is in their base. Illidan had to use a buyback there, but they executed this combo pretty nice. And I guess Doom just needed to get a Blink Dagger. He was kind of forced to build these team fighting items, drums, pipe, because there's a ton of magical damage on side of WINSTRIKE, and with Blink Dagger pickup, it's so much easier to execute it.
Playing around with G right now. DM, though, needs to get out of there, able to dodge the silence that came out from Vanscore, and that keeps him alive.
Yeah, and Lifestealer finally realizes that he needs to build the Lincoln Sphere in this game. I think he maybe even needed to get it a bit before. Skip the medallion and get that Lincoln, because they don't have too much stuff to pop the Lincolns with. You have Adaptive Strike, CK Stun, Malefice. It's not that easy.
They find one. It's a decent one on this Enigma. He doesn't die as of yet. Throws down that Midnight Pulse and the Malefice, but he will eventually go down. Has buyback. If they wanted to go high ground, it might be a little bit too scary there as Illidan pops his ultimate, runs away. Have the Lincoln Sphere onto Silent.
Good ice
It's gonna
path.
keep them survivable. And Illidan will eventually go down. Gets the blink away there. Milan not able to find the Doom. So they take down 2 heroes from Old But Gold. I still think that if they try and go high ground, it might be a bit too scary with a black hole on potential buyback. And then also having
they have a
double
combo
Doom
again. In 15 seconds, Enigma has a buyback. They know CK used one in the previous fight, so that means they're gonna be able to take this fight 4 versus 5 for almost a minute.
Smoke up, moving into position. They have the double Doom. They need to wait for that Lincoln Sphere to be off of Silent, and they go for the break right there. Doesn't break it because of the rage, so Silent doing a good job there. And if they latch on to anybody right now, it's going to be DNZ. So they do find one. There's going to be the catch, but they get the invis. The Doom connects only onto one, though, because they threw the Lincoln Sphere onto Silent. That keeps him alive. And G trying to chase, see if they can run down this Lifestealer. It's only the Jakiro right now that's doomed, and that might not be good enough, but they do have the Enigma who ends up going down, has buyback, is going to be forced to use it now. They TP in with the Grimstroke, finding themselves another. This is onto the Doom. They need to be careful, though, because the follow-up black hole that could come out in a second would be traumatic, and it looks like they're going to be able to dodge away from it again. So WINSTRIKE,
Go back.
Get out.
WINSTRIKE forced 3 buybacks in that fight. Cute little play from Ember Spirit after he sees that there's a latch on 2 targets from a Soulbind. He just used it immediately on a Lifestealer.
And that's the way that this stuff kind of has to go, unless you time it like absolutely perfectly with the Grimstroke and the Doom.
Yeah.
He should be able to get that off.
Ideally, you would want to have another hero who can initiate or at least create some kind of a chaos that can go in and out, but in this game they don't have that hero.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, maybe one of those people would be like traditionally a CK or something that can kind of stand tall and not be afraid of dying, but that clearly has not been the case for Illidan in this game. Been relegated to that sort of position 3 mark. Actually, position 4 now, if we're going to be honest. It's below the Enigma. But they're set up down here bottom again.
His position,
ready to party.
His position 3 from the bottom.
Right. There you go. Good call, man. Look at Nongrata. He finds the Enigma in the base, basically. Oh, Nongrata made the play of the day. And that's no buyback for Enigma. That's it. I don't think they can hold anymore. Vanscore is going to get tossed back in. They pull him down. And they're going to go out with Tremble, it feels like.
Yeah, it feels like this game is completely over. They used 2 buybacks on these heroes, and pretty much no one on their side has a buyback right now. Yep, if they just grab a kill, double damage on this Tiny, 380 damage, even though he does not have the highest attack speed. 2 set of Raxes, they're pinging out tier 4s, and it feels like OBG kind of given up. They're just sitting at the fountain.
Yeah, and you would love to be able to wait it out another round for, you know, the black hole, but with 30 seconds left, they're gonna have to make something happen before then. And Old But Gold, possibly a last stand here. Can they hold? They need 25 more seconds until the black hole's back up. They're even baiting out the courier right now, trying to pull some detention away from the throne, as they will force down Illidan yet again, trying to kill off this CK. They burned through all of his illusions. 2-second stun, does not have buyback either. And now they got the root onto BZZ. Enigma back up in 8 seconds. But WINSTRIKE playing this one safe. They're hitting the tier 4 towers and now going back for the throne. Old But Gold just trying to hold, and they do have the rage coming out from this Morph lane, trying to take down the position 4 Morph, or rather Tiny, but it's not happening. 32,000 net worth lead. They have the Enigma back up. WINSTRIKE playing a little bit more safe now as Velhor is looking for that opening. He's going to TP over to the back of the base actually and see if he can find them from the retreat side, and jumps forward, gets the black hole. No, it hits on a nobody. Oh, Velhor, it's not going to be good enough. He had the BKB, but it's not there. And now the turnaround. Can they find anything else at all? Yule Scepter lift up. G wanting to chase Manta Styles to pull away, but they eventually catch him with the lasso and will take down this Morphling. GG called.
Yeah, that was sneaky play coming out from Enigma, but at this point it really did not matter because everyone on side of WINSTRIKE had a buyback there. They were playing way better in game number 1 around the timings. They go all in, try to finish the game because they know the Roche is gonna spawn in the next minute and a half maybe. So even if this fight doesn't go well for them, they can still respawn and take a fight at the
They pull him down and they're gonna go out with Tremble, it feels like.
Yeah, it feels like this game is completely over. They used 2 buybacks on these heroes, and Pretty much no one on their side has a buyback right now. Yep, if they just grab a kill. Double damage on this Tiny. 380 damage, even though he does not have the high.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Перекладки из...
Джентльмены, вот мы смотрим сейчас, да, за актуальными киберспортсменами СНГ-сцены, но за будущими киберспортсменами мы будем следить вместе с вами в Лиге Гамбит. Артур, ты как опытнейший тренер, ты захайплен?
Тренер опытнейший.
Конечно.
А кого Артур тренер? Нави.
Нави, конечно, ну ты что?
Опытнейший.
Опытнейший. Очень долго тренировал их, между прочим, очень успешно.
Опыт...
Я читал описание, непонятно, как это будет все работать. То есть, ну, допустим, была лига, там для про игроков, если ты, у тебя классный ММР,
Бейн, да.
и там, то есть там было видно, как это работает. Сейчас же такую систему сложно организовать. То есть, ну, мне, например, непонятно, как она будет работать. А тебе?
Посмотрим. Вот и посмотрим как раз. Я-то, понимаешь, не будущее СНГ Доты.
Это точно.
Спасибо, Владимир, спасибо.
Прошлое другой игры... Понял, ладно.
Я настоящий, я просто настоящий.
Ну, поиграть на самом деле ровненько, и это ровненько, я думаю, что не на руку Флайтуму здесь. Шквапа все-таки только на 25-м становится таким очень сильным героем. Там она уже сильнее лансера и всего этого дела. До 25-го, я думаю, мидгейм здесь Флайтуму должны проиграть будут.
Че, Морф не килл любого?
В Блэкхолле вряд ли.
Ну, Пэлл не килл, мне кажется.
Да и Кентавра, наверное,
Да и
тоже
Кентавра не особо, да, и такого
Ну,
Кентавра.
с Кентавром можно разобраться. Кентавр просто очень толстый, ты очень долго будешь его ковырять, но в конечном итоге ты там ману, там как-то можешь и его подстанить, и как-то избить. На Морфе можно что-то с ним сделать. Но вот с Пэллом, мне кажется, он не разберется, если честно.
Такая раскачка на Думу давно не видел, чтобы максили землю.
А я видел. В последнее время опять начинают вот землю максить.
Потому что просто на линии поплотнее поставить, поубивать, все, в ПЛ стоишь.
Не понимаю, вот этот скилл билд на Кентавре без второго. Слишком много дает второй скилл.
Его план был стоять за крипами до упора.
Ну вот,
Пытаются убить сейчас Кентавра. Все в него влили, все. Холл, видимо, визуальный баг.
Хо по троим, но только чтобы зацепить Кентавра, и он вроде как живет.
Ну и Энигму разменять в кучу всех
И
обилок
плюс
и
потеря
Блэкхолл.
Блэкхола.
Ну, Кентавра спасли.
Блэкхолл-то все равно сейчас, наверное...
да, на этой стадии ничего не дает.
Ну, один пиков максимум какой-нибудь.
Выглядело интересно все это визуально. Вот эта Энигма, которая в толпе колдует.
Кентавр решил вернуться, как бы это ошибкой не было.
У него реген же высокий. А, ну,
Не особо.
Не настолько, да.
15?
Опа.
Ну вот Зео вернулся. Ему свой же засунул.
Найс вернулся.
Так еще и Пикачу отъезжает. Вообще не очень понятно, на что рассчитывали здесь. Наверное.
Называется неопыт, а хороший как бы.
На то, что разойдутся.
Получается, Энигма умерла напрасно.
Лучше бы не спасала, хоть бы Манки Кинг жив был.
Покачалась бы, да.
Там у Квапы, кстати, 3200.
200 интересно.
Ну здесь, наверное, арчит какой-то будет. Он вынуждать сделать с лансером анту первым айтемом.
Какая-то Шива тоже неплохо.
Достойное подношение.
Ну, Шива первым.
Вообще
не
тоже
знаю.
мне не нравится. Да, ни мана регена, ни там одна вот эта
А
нова.
Ивульчик?
Ивульчик слишком защитный. Здесь у них все более-менее. Они,
не нужен.
Они агрессивно должны играть. Я здесь больше на арчит настаиваю.
Кстати, а на нее же тоже Атос билдили, да, на этой Дримлиге?
На Квапу?
Да.
Там такая была квапа с грифс, ну, по-моему, грифсы, Атос, такая плеймейкер чисто. Так.
Инсгрип пошел, пытаются принять Дума.
Еще есть палка.
Палка и убьют.
А вот без анфибла эти Бэйны, конечно, тоже их не понимаю. По Бэйну я тоже специалист небольшой, потому что когда банят лишь такая вроде бы трейдера, беру Бэйна, потому что больше никем не играю. Так вот, инфибл...
Лишрак.
Ну, я говорю, если Лишрака банят... Лишрак вообще автобан. Не обсуждается, вы даже его комментировать не будете. Так вот, под инфиблом у тебя ульт, ну, просто огромный, там, по 10 секунд. Достаточно один скиллпоинт со сна засунуть себе в инфибл. Особенно с таким количеством дизейблов в команде. Потому что что в один, что в два, особо разницы никакой нет.
Ну, кстати, хотел заметить, что это самая близкая карта вообще за сегодня, по-моему, потому что 16 минут, хоть счет 10-4, но очень близко все идет. По нетворсам там качели небольшие.
На сне при прокачке самое важное то, что кастрейндж у тебя увеличивается. Да. Поэтому ты хочешь его вот поскорее вымаксить, потому что там по 50 кастрейнджа, по-моему, тебе добавляется за каждый уровень, и это ощутимо, как ни крути. Тут промазал палкой, не задоджил скрим.
Купил рейтликом просто арчит. Бодя.
Следующую, может, какой-то линкер будет варить.
Спалил этот самый арчит. И, кстати, с арчитом хорошо так пробивает чеширского кота еще и вот так вот в наглую прыгает, добивает. Ну
Манки Кинг с саблей может насувать. Мог бы ударить 2 раза. Фея запугала.
Фея просто-то...
Блефун.
Кинул фир без фира.
Ну так-то он убил бы его с саблей, здесь дал 2 тычки.
А не.
Да-да.
Там Смоук, Виверна, Дум хотят убить Пэлла и должны... А,
Ну им
нет.
это удастся, если их не разведет.
Реакция очень хорошая была сейчас.
Да, Виверна должна понимать, у него пол столба отлетел. Он не понял, что его настоящий бил?
Нет.
А тут Пикачу тем временем появляется, уже Пэл сюда идет,
Арена
арена
не
поставлена,
пожалел.
и...
Круто сыграл Пол, конечно.
Ну, он круто сыграл, но ему не стоило, мне кажется, Виверну
Так
вообще бить,
сказать,
потому что...
не подрасчитал математически.
Да, там вот когда у Виверны столько отлетело хп,
Все равно у тебя
уже...
2 иллюзии, ну, 2 иллюзии было. Ну, герой, иллюзия, и плюс после удара еще одна появилась. Там все равно никак не угадать.
Реакция очень хорошая была.
Непонятно. И Дум зажали? Или просто боялся ошибиться?
Не, он же попытался дать, ну, до допеля, а потом уже
Вообще
непонятно
в таких
было.
ситуациях
Он,
лучше,
короче, не азартный.
в таких ситуациях лучше тратить ульт верный и туда накидывать дом, если ты прям 100% хочешь убить.
Ну, если он свою иллюзию...
Ну, они, наверное, хотели, если они
развалит и
смог
хоть-
потратили, то,
Видишь,
наверное,
верно, не кинул ульт.
сейчас могут кого-то здесь найти. Пикачу в инвизе.
Не, они тут впятером сами себя только нашли. Здесь. А есть оппонент, это просто вижу у нас обсервер профессиональный.
Так,
Айсберг
арены
делает
нет.
ТП. Не
Айсберг,
заметили.
полка сбивает ТП,
Сбивает ТП, поймали
и
Айсберга.
инсгрип, а тут еще и...
Фея собьет, а вот Айсберг выживет ли?
Нет.
Нет. И Фея тоже нет.
Я еще немножко времени еще выиграю, там стан Кентавра и все, и готово.
Это вот игра из тех игр, где одна команда выигрывает, сделает какой-то хороший мув, убьет там пару героев и расслабляется. Потом им делают ответочку такую же.
Непонятно, что они тут забыли, что хотели. Тавра нет, дефать. Вдвоем ты не спушишь.
ПЛ все шикарно уже.
Да. А Кент уже с блинком. Оп. Все.
Тут, кстати, мне
Подкрепа,
кажется, у
подкрепа.
Fight Moon прям большие проблемы сейчас начинаются.
Да, я тоже так думаю.
Там потом еще, когда Кентавр органим соберет, там вообще
Сейчас никто не собирает агоним.
не собирает?
Ним, да,
Нет.
долго. Кримсон.
Бесполезно.
У Энигмы уже мека есть готовая с доминатором.
Просто смысл в том, что вот сейчас по темпу, если мы посмотрим, у Кентавра
Еще и
сейчас
Дум
будет
Мидас
Кримсон,
берет себе в
у
такой.
Энигмы сейчас будет мека с доминатором.
Уже есть.
Пэлла как раз появился диффуз, и мне кажется, что сейчас просто могут идти и просто все вот Тавара и Рошаны все забирать.
А,
Там потом еще, когда Кентавр органим соберет, там
вот так вот. Это какой-то смог намечается или что?
Не,
Баунти, баунти.
В таком составе можно и на чужую попробовать.
Вот они ждут.
Они пойдут, да.
Ну, в итоге будет 2 в 2 просто.
Найдут клопу.
Классик.
А, сейчас Айсберг отдастся, что ли? За...
Да. Ну,
А
должен.
Палантимос? Палантимос.
Мост без доппельгангера.
А он развел опять.
Опять.
Серьезно?
Ну, ребят, это не
Кто
сильно.
вытворяет этот Палантимос?
Ну, вот
Гениальный.
Тут еще
А тут уже подкрепа
А
летит.
там уже есть Black Hole, да, если что.
И мека есть, если что. Не,
передали
Пейла
Пейла.
потеряют.
Бэйн должен был кого-то схватить, мне кажется, но никого
Пэлла
схватить не
убили.
получилось. Ну, отлично по итогу.
Ой,
Мор
куда
сказал Пейла, а тут под чужим шрайном, под ареной, давай. Мека есть.
Бодяныч.
Ой, финскрип еще на Марфа, и есть Black Hole.
Мор без маны, все. Это зря, конечно.
Нормально, нормально.
На всякий.
там и маны не было после.
Ну, не было, но лучше так.
ты
Там,
прав.
может, стики какие-то были нам.
Пэл не успевает, он не успеет заставить. А, и так накрыли. Нормально.
Разменяли Пэл на троих, а вообще мог еще и Пэл попробовать выжить там в той
Да,
ситуации.
из выигрышной ситуации просто отдали вообще все.
Так а что, Клопа прыгнула, не дала ни скилла и просто сдохла под вражеским шрайном. Еще и команду забайтила идти за ней.
Марфа, да.
А мы сегодня видели такую клопу уже от команды No Creativity.
Ну, это Жесть на самом деле.
Здесь спалился, что поставил вард 100%, еще и отдался. Команда даже не бежит, говорит...
Он поживет. У него еще 10 стиков, и его не так-то просто забрать.
Барабаны прожал, а команда не бежит, команда просто убегает.
Да убьет, наверное.
Там сейчас мека будет. Не,
Всё,
вот
да,
посмотри.
Дума надо... Да вы вчетвером... Там вард у тебя, ты видишь, что недалеко. Что бы я ходил...
Мне кажется, Вован сейчас бы, если был бы тренером,
Просто с ноги
сейчас бы просто лещей раздавал.
Если бы я был Бейном. Хотя бы.
А там у МК тоже диффуза, что ли?
Да, но он собирает. Вот
Уже готовый
он
в куре.
собрал, да,
Куре.
там, в стэше.
Морф почти со скади. 3 сотки.
Ну окей, со скади.
И БКБ у него следующим артефактом стоит в квикбае.
Ну такое, тут вот упустили немножко момент, как мне кажется, да, и...
Ну, Квапа по игре не особо много чего сделал.
Поошибались.
Ну как, слушай, у него было 6-1. На Квапе у тебя всегда... Вот почему герой плох, почему герой уже давно из меты выпал. Ты делаешь одну ошибку, и этого достаточно, чтобы игру заруинить вот целиком и полностью. Если ты просто один раз ошибаешься. На Квапе тебе нужна именно идеальная игра. Я это повторял уже миллион раз. Ладно, там в начале смерть, она не особо важна, но вот в мидгейме, если ты умираешь на Квапе один раз, то ты руинишь просто все. И мы видим, что вот этот вот прыжок под шрайн...
Ну, не то чтобы сейчас, наверное, вышла из меты, потому что с разором в таком количестве она там появляется
Не, вот
очень
это
часто.
именно такой герой. Она крутая, она очень быстро перемещается по карте, она доносит уйму дэмэджа, делает какие-то ганги, но вот ты все это за одну смерть свою отдаешь противнику. Ты можешь избить ДК в виде какого-нибудь. Этот ДК будет бегать на 5000 натворцев меньше тебя. Но в драке он тебя поймал, и вы просто выровнялись. А по игре он просто сильнее, чем ты.
Как хорошо стоит против Квапа.
Ну и ДК, да, хороший уже против Квапы на линии, это правда.
Морф нашел Энигму, Энигма пока
А
живет,
что
еще есть
Окей,
грифсы.
бомбол.
А, тут команда. А где команда
Грифсы
Энигмы?
есть.
Грифсы потрачены, арена пошла.
Не
нет,
пошла. Энигма не к своим, говорит, тебе вниз, беги, мы внизу.
А вот и арена.
Арена
Энигма до
просто
сих пор
отзон.
живая, до сих пор живая. Сейчас
Так
просто
у него грифсы,
Да, да,
да. ХП реген.
Дума потеряют, точно. Дальше что, за феей не погонится, наверное, вот этих верхних халявных. Фейку.
Оп,
не
почти, почти. Стампид был бы еще у Кентавра, вообще бы там поразлетались Flight to Moon.
Ну вот отпустили, у Пэла уже манта. И вот когда манта диффуз, уже тяжело его очень по карте
Да,
ловить.
появится Тараска. Там
После
будет-
Тараски уже и в драке его будет убить сложно, если не дадут там Думу с Зефиром каким-то, то все. А вот это Квапа. Вот БКБ купит, мало чего изменится на самом деле здесь.
Ну уже да.
Надо было Линкен брать, и вот без той смерти, и уже был бы такой крутой мобильный герой, мощный.
Ну а что тебе тут БКБ? Тебя Бэйн все равно может схватить,
Да,
тебя
ДХ
Пэл
работает.
разобьет просто в твоем
Плюс
БКБ.
Энигма есть.
В Финсгриппе, в Блэкхоле то же самое, да, и тут БКБ мало что дает на самом-то деле.
Уже на самом деле мало аутов в Flight to Moon, только если какая-нибудь там соляра.
По темпу Квапа должна вот выше идти. Если у тебя уже было бы БКБ, и вот сейчас уже нужно иметь БКБ плюс там броню, плюс плейтмейл на плюс 10. И тогда вроде все нормально. Ты в БКБшке там можешь потанковать, там команда где-то подсейвит, где-то поможет, ты потом Шиву доберешь и нормально. Тут ловят Ноуфира тем временем. Конечно, спрятался, но ману выпивают, и еще и Sonic Wave
Ну
отдают.
куда он делится там, Фантом Раш?
Пэл сейчас еще кого-то может не найти.
Тогда Палантимос это
Вот,
вообще не
Морф
останавливает.
подставился, пришел Дум, да,
как
найти
ангел
настоящего лайнера, опять разводит, не дают ничего.
Так, байбек от Виверны. У Виверны ульт есть из неприятного, поэтому хочется отойти,
Отступит, просто отступит.
Если бы не было Винтерскорса,
ТП
можно было продолжать, а
вниз
так
надо.
все-таки опасно.
ТП вниз на баунти сделали. Два сразу.
Ну и скан, кстати, сразу грамотно использовали, мы видят, что на подходе ко второй баунти руне никого нет, забирают спокойно здесь все.
Да.
Забрали саппорта, вывели байбек, разменяли баунти 2 в 2, и по карте, вот по фарму сейчас в более выгодной позиции находятся у нас.
Да, и на Квапе на самом деле здесь лучше после БКБ не делать Шива. Я думаю, рискнуть там за All-In, попробовать через Хекс как-то поиграть. Шива вообще никакого геймченджа.
Шива всегда очень хороша против Пэла. Вот на любом герое. Если Квапа не будет делать, то значит Дум должен делать.
У Дума денег очень мало.
Ну, у Дума появится. Дум
Просто
там,
через
если
Хекс ему
15
гораздо
доберешь.
проще этого
Ну, видишь,
Пэла.
он делает Шиву.
Лучше сделал бы Хекс.
Не знаю.
Ты хотя бы мог бы ПЛ через Хекс без, потому что сорчит он снимает. Так ты ПЛ никак не можешь быстро вычислить, там стрэнджа зацепить. Только если там ультом феи или Вивен, это ульт феи видно. Так бы хоть какой-то старт драки был.
Отбивают здесь свою Т2.
Не могли мир делать.
Ой-ой-ой, поймали.
Сан Кентавра еще будет.
Финсгрип надо давать. Есть финсгрип.
А вот финсгрип.
Ну да, и там сейчас террорайс, и можно блэкхолом накрыть.
Надо накрывать. Единственное, что бьет один кентавр с эдалонами только.
А айсберг до сих пор живой, сколько потрачено?
Они не били, они просто убежали.
А там тем временем в
там не было никого.
убили Дума, да, но здесь 2 героя было.
Ой, еще и Винтерскорс потрачен в никуда. И, кстати, на месте Ноуфира убегал оттуда.
Ой, остался здесь айсберг.
Но его не убьют.
Ну, не знаю.
Ой-ой-ой, как больно
Ну, так нет.
айсберг. БКБ потрачено, но сейчас, по идее, Тарашана можно.
Кто уже делать, что
Да
хочет?
я вот сказал, я бы на месте Ноуфира убегал, потому что у тебя тиммейты-то сверху были, и ты как-то там попытался
они
подспасти, не
мид просто
получилось.
пойдут сейчас.
И тут сразу же, да, у тебя 3 кора ломают Т2.
Ну, уже 3500 на ПЛ у нас с такими темпами и 19 уровень почти.
Так там Манкин сейчас БКБ будет.
Сейчас шикарно, у них все ауры есть почти. Почти все ауры в этой игре. Сейчас будет БКБ у нас у Пикачу. И да, пускай Пикачу там отстает от айсберга на 1500. Но Манки Кинг по импакту сейчас уже в 10 раз просто лучше этой квапы. У Манки Кинга есть стан, у Манки Кинга есть супер полезная на тимфайт арена, вот эту, в которую ты просто не зайдешь. А квапа что? Ну квапа проказ дает, окей. Квапа может БКБ прожать, чуть-чуть потанковать и все. Вот поэтому
Поэтому взяли этого
герой такой.
Блэкхорн
Не
получает.
знаю, почему взяли. Видимо, не хотел Бодя мид проигрывать. Говорит, я на квапе развалю. Ну, развалил, окей. Там на 2000 больше вынес, погангал чуть-чуть в начале. Что дальше? Где-то чуть-чуть ошиблась команда, где-то сам
Классика.
сильно
Классика с
ошибся и
квапой.
подруинил. И вот уже, да, ты на своей квапе. Надеешься на то, что тебе Морва затащит.
И МК тебя уже по уровню догоняет, и если не обгоняет.
Ну, может, здесь не то, чтобы всех убить может.
Да
Он
сложно,
вообще никого тут не может убить.
сложно здесь убить морфом.
А как ты тут на морфе какой-то билд сделаешь? Через шотган тут точно плохо, потому что ты никого тут
Он
вырубить
уже
не
БКБ
можешь.
сделал. И что? Ну, баттерфляй он купит, наверное.
Ну хорошо, и что? Вот морф это просто будет утагильщик, у которого очень много статов, очень много брони, и который должен вот руками всех якобы избить. У него есть 260 урона.
Возможно, он мог бы сделать себе диффуза, стать лансером и попробовать что-то сделать тоже.
Не, эту историю я уже видел, и я видел, как она заканчивается, если честно. В финале инта видел я такую карту. На 25-м лансера оказывается, что у лансера есть талант, а у тебя нет. И после этого ты просто
И
вот
ультимейт тоже у лансера есть.
набилдил все вот эти вот полезные артефакты, плодишь иллюзии, но этого вообще даже близко недостаточно.
Вообще могут и не ждать Black Hole, попробовать пойти сейчас закончить. Вот они уже собрались снизу в пятером с Тараской, с
Ну, у
Аегисом.
них Аегис Тараска, да, тут можно спокойно осаждать.
Все это под аурами, там, с грифсами, с пайпами наберете выше. И что делать с этим лансером? Одной виверны кидаться?
Так она 0 урон наносит.
Здесь не очень долго предстоит жить этой Т3.
Никто не подставляется, понимает, что единственное там какой-то...
Ну, пока что, видишь, защищают через Кримсон вышку. Но на самом-то деле, если это 3 упадет, то бараки уже точно подефать не получится. И, судя по всему, Флайт Мун просто смирились. Хотя нет, вот
Морф
летит сюда, Морф.
прилетел.
Стал лансером. Без диффузов. И что?
Не знаю, мне кажется, если они хотели дефить, то нужно было дефить, пока вышка
Палантимос
стояла.
вообще может просто сейчас игнорировать весь урон, который здесь есть. Поймали кого-то, там Ангин прыгает
Рака
вперед.
ставить, МК прыгает с суппортов, там отличная арена вообще.
Так он еще выждал Винтерскорс, чтобы его как раз не заморозили во время установки.
Ой, а там еще и в БКБ поймали под финсгрип,
Айсберг
убили
тоже, наверное,
Айсберга,
он сейчас
да,
напишет.
и остается только Морф. Выкупается Квапа, прилетает сюда, ульты у нее нет. Сделал
Там еще Блэкхоул есть, если что.
Да, он
если сейчас
катился.
повторно запрыгнет с Айсберг, то еще раз.
А сбить может только Морф из оставшихся в живых. Ну и Арчит еще. Ну все.
Да нет урона, вот просто нет урона. Там есть Кримсон, есть Грифсы, есть просто
Пайп.
жира.
1-0 в пользу Блэкхорнс. Команда Пикачу оказывается в этот
Кримсона
раз
нет, кстати, Пайп есть.
сильнее. Ну, это интересное начало.
Ну, предсказуемо, если честно.
Ну, собственно, если эта команда заинвайчена Flight to Moon у нас сквал, как вы и предсказывали.
Пока что у нас команды из Open Qual не впечатляют своей игрой и своими результатами в первую очередь.
Да мы сразу, вот как Квапа-то появился, с Артуром с большими знаками вопросов над головой оказались, зачем они ее взяли и что она здесь будет делать. Так и получилось. Вот до Квапы все казалось хорошо.
1-0 в пользу Блэкхорнс. Команда Пикачу оказывается в этот раз,
Кстати, Пайп есть.
сильнее. Ну, это интересное начало.
Ну, предсказуемо, если честно.
Ну, собственно, если эта команда заинвайчена Flight to Moon у нас сквал, как вы и предсказывали.
Пока что у нас команды из Open Qual не впечатляют своей игрой и своими результатами в первую очередь.
Мы сразу, вот как Клопайт-то появился с Артуром, с большими знаками вопроса над головой оказались, зачем они ее взяли и что она здесь будет делать. Так и получилось. Вот до Квапы все казалось хорошо.
Choose your hero. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
It's gonna be Nyx Assassin plus Puck against Nature's Prophet. It's hard to lane against Nature's Prophet because of the 3-ins, especially early on. I wonder if Silent is gonna grab 1 point in Howl for some extra damage on those summons. Usually they don't, but if you have Nature's Prophet in your team, 1 point could be valuable.
Yeah, that sounds really nifty. Definitely. Well, I will say that this set from Lycan, his hair looks like my hair right now. Going all kinds of crazy. Mad scientist.
Yeah, what is happening with your hair, Gabe?
I'm trying to grow it out again. I want to make it long. I've been thinking about cutting it though, but I like.
Yeah, yeah, you should cut it. Or
talking about.
Or you could have it like Marlon Brando on the picture, the banner of OBG.
Yeah, there we go. That's pretty good. That could be Don Corleone. Puck's kind of blocking him right now.
Get the puck out so we can see the picture.
Exactly. I had long hair for a very long period of time. And I thought it looked good. So I was like, I'll bring it back. I might cut it. There's a chance before I see you next that I might cut it.
I mean, you can grow it if you don't want to get invited to Disneyland Major and the TI.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, there's a lot of young people watching it, Gabe.
Yeah. Well, don't you remember Cap used to have the mohawk? So I figured that, you know, and then the Ziori had the dreads. I feel like I'm in pretty safe territory here with just a little bit of long hair.
All right, enough of the hair talk. Let's focus on this one. DNZ, 2 starting items. Let's see, 2 Fairy Fires, 4 Tangos, a lot of... he can trade a lot in the lane. Let's see what he's gonna lane against Velor. Oh man, this Nyx Assassin always surprises me. Why does this hero have... And remember when mangoes were giving a lot of HP regen?
Yeah.
You could just stack it. I don't even know what it was at the start, like 2 HP regen.
I think it was like 1.5, but yeah, it was insane. Because I remember thinking about it and just being like, so if you have 2 of those, you get 3 extra regen. Nuts. I wanted to mention that Shadow Fiend went for the raises first. He's already skilled it up here, thinking that that's how he's going to deal with this lane.
We see that in some matchups. No one sometimes gets it. Even in the previous classic matchups, Shadow Fiends against Lina, where he wants to get the bottle faster instead of getting the damage, so he can spam out and actually be able to regen up. And he was saving up some gold. Milan.
Oh, Nangrada able to keep him back alive, so he'll salve and then walk away. And now Nangrada trading hits. This Sven hits very hard though, and he's got 2 mangoes. I think he is perfectly fine with this situation. Also has the salve afterwards. Milan rolls in, finds himself the stun on advance scores, still diving for Nangrada, but he's gonna walk away and like he'll be fine and dandy. A double stout shield lane against 2 ranged heroes.
But they're running out of regen. 2 tangos left on both of them, and Oracle still has a lot of regen to trade, but
guys, there are creeps over here. Go hit the creeps. Why are you hitting each other? What the hell's happening? They're just not even punching the creeps.
And you can see what I was talking about. Shadowfiend, the 4 CS, he was saving up for that battle, didn't spend all his gold.
And
we're just watching mid.
I'm blaming you on that one. Toss, god dang it.
All right, back to mid talk. He's gonna have bottle in 70 gold. Still doesn't have.
Tried to pull me away again.
A point in Necromastery. Yeah.
Tried to pull me away again. I stuck with my guns, man. I'm staying top. That's where the action is.
Milan is really low on that region, so I guess he just wants the suicide. 90 gold. He needs to buy something else. He was. Alright, he bought a stick and sold some of the items. Another branch. No gold lost. plus a sentry, so they can see this Weaver.
Oh, mid lane, DNZ spots it out, and oh, go punch it again, and he's got it.
This
Courier
is huge.
goes down. That's the bottle. Woo.
Now you have a
Rough
Shadow Fiend
stuff.
who has no mana, has 4 Necromastery 2 minutes in. This is gonna be tough, and you can already see Nyx Assassin rotating mid with that haste rune.
Oh, wants to help out his Shadow Fiend. Finds the stun, breaks the salve. Seeing if he can even things up a little bit, but this is not going to be even. This is going to be a real tough lane for him from this point forward. He actually gets the 2 mangoes delivered to him by Velor. Oh, Velor just trying to make sure that the Shadow Fiend doesn't get completely eviscerated in this lane.
G's dead. 2 more hits and he's gone. This is the build on OD. You put 2 points in Astral for some extra cast range, and with the Arcane Orb plus 1 point in Equilibrium, you're gonna have enough mana to actually use that Arcane Orb. Now he's bringing some extra Null Talismans, and once he gets Boots of Speed, it's gonna be so much easier to set things up, especially because he's getting closer to level 5. Astral 4 seconds, give Earth Spirit enough time to TP and get this kind of a gank rotation going.
Roll in here, they find Van Score, gonna be able to get that stun. They turn with the Purifying Flames. Nangrata pops the stick charges, that keeps him alive, but still the bugs on him will bring down the Sven, in spite of that war cry. So Milan gets the walk away, and bottom lane, it's like they're just deforesting and trading hits here, where the puck is coming out on top, although it's a lot of denies for Silent.
Feral Impulse, 3 extra region, and he builds into Helm of the Dominator early on, which means even more regions, so kind of pointless to actually harass Lycan. And Silent knows this hero. He plays it so good. It's one of his signature heroes. Shadowfiend still struggling. Bottle is coming to him right now. There's an Invis rune on the top lane. They have a vision of it, so they could... If he grabs it, he will be kind of secure until he pops it, because Milan does not have dust right now, so no real gank potential.
You know, this to me hasn't felt like it's the sort of strongest of lanes after the bottle snipe. I thought it was going to be a lot worse for the Shadow Fiend, but it seems like he's actually doing okay here. Has had an okay time of it, don't you think?
Well, he has more CS than OD, even though OD killed him once. I guess the reason is that you have a Sven who's not self-sustainable offlaner on the top lane, which means that Earth Spirit can't rotate.
Ah, I see. Otherwise, it could have just been kill after kill in that lane. Well, DM's still able to stand up on the high ground now. Has 3 points up in that Astral, so he spams out the wave. And with the bounty runes, it looks like Old Buck will get one, Winstrike get the other. Nangrata finds the kill, but they'll take one in turn as Milan also goes down.
Yeah, Illidan will pick it up. So, what is it in the end? 1, 2, 2 for 2?
Yeah.
Not too bad, but the bottom tower, some pressure being put on the bottom tower. DNZ even has that Blightstone. We still didn't see any rotations from DNZ. He's not involved in any of kills. Besides that courier, which does not count.
Yeah. Nangrata and Milan tried to set up for a kill there onto the Weaver, but couldn't quite find it. They took out the Sentry Ward as well, so it does mean that Illidan can't quite play as safe here. They did place this good Observer Ward, the Oracle did, up on that high ground, and that's what allowed them to see that rotation coming in from Milan as they turn with the Warcry, try and do a little something, miss on the second hit of that Boulder Smash, and Milan is just gonna have to roll away now.
They're getting a lot of levels on Illidan and the Vanscore. They want to pop the Shrine. He can start pulling, get the lane back, which will allow them to play more aggressive. They don't have enough damage to burst through the Weaver because of the build that she has right now. Magic Wand, Raindrop, and a Raid Band. So pretty hard to burst down, which means she's gonna have a lot of damage if they decide to go on Oracle. With 1 point in Swarm, 2 points in Shikuchi, getting closer to level 6. It's a good Weaver game.
Yeah. And we can see Milan just keeps on taking the brunt of that damage. They get the stun through. Illidan there. We'll have another Scoochie in 1 second, but they find that secondary stun. Oh, good Fate's Edict to disarm the Sven, and they kill Milan. Vanscore with the big brain plays. Makes it happen.
They need to focus Oracle.
Oh. Yeah. It definitely has that feeling.
Shadowfiend is gonna fall back to jungle. Farm up. He's level 8. Can easily just spam out the lane. Fall back to the jungle. OD, he seems like he's building a hand of Midas, which is okay in this kind of a game. Pretty even. Doesn't have to build any kind of an early game item. Vanscore. No TPs to pick up the XP on that kill.
Die to the tower and does the normal thing that supports do nowadays. But it has been, after the last couple of minutes, the Sven kind of dominating the lane a little bit. With that Sentry Ward, they were able to get it taken out of. Eventually, they do clear it out on Old Buck Gold. Or rather, they have it down by WINSTRIKE. And it just means that Weaver hasn't quite got as much in spite of those kills. It's mainly been kills rather than CS. And he's sitting right about even with that Sven now. DNZ is being just tickled here by the next assassin.
Yeah, just body block him to death.
I like it. They trade tips.
Silent has that Helm of the Dominator finished, so now with level 6 up, he can grab a kill. This is not the ideal creep for him. Usually you want to have a Centaur or a net creep just to hold him in place. Creep pretty speedy, 425, and Milan with the rotation on Vanscore goes down once again. Doesn't look good. One more time for Vanscore. Boots of Speed, 480 gold away from it.
No, and this is a hero that is no longer quite as comfortable, I think, just playing with absolutely nothing since those nerfs to the False Promise. You always feel like you sort of want to get up into those levels. You can either get, the XP talent or into the gold or the cast range at 15. Like you need a decent amount, otherwise you're just food in these games. Particularly with an Earth Spirit in play. As Vanscore found again, silence there. Doesn't even have to pop the ulti, it looks like. He can if he needs to. And, well, eventually they bring him down. Silent pops the ulti. Silence is there. Thinking about running, thinking about hiding. Dodges the orb, but breaks to the tethers. He didn't time it perfectly right.
He got the creep that he wanted. Centaur Conqueror has a stun ready. Just gonna run away. Silent. And that's 200 gold if he can get it, but that's a lot of time bought, and they are making rotation on Shadowfiend.
Trying to find him. The stun comes through. The Fate's Edict, though, saving a life yet again. And now Milan is going to be the one that goes down. Vanscore making the play to keep his core alive. And now turns on to DNZ, who dies to the second raise.
Good turnaround. Shadowfiend has that X mark on his head. Everyone wants to focus him. 3 people rotating just to save him, and smoke rotation. If they can grab a kill on this Lycan, they know he has no boots, and he just popped the ulti before, so Silent is pinging that out. They don't have a ward, but does he know?
Coil in 4 seconds, but they have the silence coming from Milan. It's not long enough, though. They get the stun there. The chase coming. Silent eventually going to go down, it looks like, although BZZ wants to stick around for a little bit more. He can get a coil onto 3 here if he wants to. Only catches onto 1, but that might still be good enough as the stun comes through onto 2. Milan starting to take that damage as well, and Illidan finishes him off. WINSTRIKE are kind of just fumbling over themselves here as they end up losing the Lycan and that Earth Spirit for only the Nyx.
Mid lane, Shadowfiend, he's fine. Has that raindrop. We didn't mention one thing. It's BZZ's buck, so he builds into these team fighting items. Has Vlad's.
Yeah.
As a first item, not what you usually see. Has a different approach. We'll see what he decides to build next.
Do they get this ward dewarded? Yes, they will. Puck picks that one up. And Old But Gold holding steady down here bottom. And like you said, that target on the Shadow Fiend, but in spite of that pressure that he's been feeling all game long, getting the courier snipe, getting the kill onto him, he's sitting top of the net worth.
He has a full mech right now. I feel like they did not focus him enough. He's level 11 right now.
And OD is just gonna
that's
die.
A huge kill.
They take him down. He was having such a good game before that and ends up falling to 3-hero rotation.
Leaves of 3, let them be.
So WINSTRIKE, after a dominant game number 1, are struggling against the Shadow Fiend from Old But Gold. This is their classic style that you talked about. It's what they love to play.
Exactly. And I want to see what Illidan is gonna build into this game. He loves that Blightstone and he rushes Deso most of the time on Weaver, which opens up the Roche for them. Shadow Fiend, the timing that they want to play into is grab this Aegis, have Shadow Fiend level 15, presence aura effects buildings on top of the Deso. That's how they usually play.
Yeah. Well, and keep in mind here also that it feels like they're always one step behind on WINSTRIKE. And that's kind of interesting. I mean, I think that will change a little bit because everybody knows what's going to come eventually. DNZ sitting here with 2 illusions. They think it's that one, but it's actually the other. And, well, the roll comes in now. Milan finds the ulti onto 2 of them. It's immediately taken off, though. They reapply it a second time. G pops his ultimate off and seeing if they can bring him down. The big Wrath of Nature comes through onto G. They can't get another reapplication, but they take down the Shadow Fiend, and now Silent gets impaled, coming from Velhor, and gonna have to dodge away again as Illidan takes down DNZ. So a trade-off, at least for now, coming out into the favor of WINSTRIKE, and looks like that's going to be about the extent of it, unless they can find themselves another kill. Popping the ulti, trying to find it. BZZ jumps in, finds the coil onto 2. They dodge the impale and seeing if they can find that kill onto Velhor, but he's regenning up after the false promise comes out. And now, nothing left in the tank really for WINSTRIKE. Finally, DM shows up. But it looks like that's about it. Velhor gets away on 50 HP.
This is going to be a free tower for WINSTRIKE. They need to have this OD involved. He's their save, he's their damage. He's involved in 2 out of 11 kills. That's not enough. Yeah, BZZ, man. Has Crimson Guard queued up on Puck.
You love to see it.